Every day, more than 15 billion cigarettes are consumed worldwide, a figure that translates to more than $2 billion daily in profits for the tobacco industry. But have you ever wondered how cigarettes are made? Are they really as full of chemicals and additives as many claim? Well then, today we will travel to China, home to one of the largest cigarette factories on the planet, where more than 10,000 cigarettes are produced every minute. There we will discover step by step how a simple tobacco leaf is transformed into one of the most consumed and most controversial products in the world. So get ready, because today we are going to discover how cigarettes are mass-produced. Let's begin. Step number 1. The tobacco harvest. It all begins in the enormous tobacco fields spread across the United States, Brazil, China, Africa, and other countries, the main regions that supply the global cigarette industry. Depending on the region, different varieties are cultivated, such as Virginia, which is milder and sweeter, Burley with a neutral flavor, and Oriental with a more aromatic touch. Each one contributes unique nuances to the final flavor of the cigarette, and according to each brand's recipe, they are mixed in specific proportions. In a single plantation, more than 10,000 tobacco plants can be grown, enough to manufacture more than 1 million cigarettes in a single harvest. When the plant reaches maturity, hundreds of farmers walk through the tobacco fields harvesting the leaves by hand and in stages. First the lower ones, then the middle ones, and finally the upper ones, since each level concentrates different amounts of nicotine and provides different flavors. After harvesting, the leaves are hung in drying sheds, where they spend weeks slowly dehydrating until they turn from an intense green to a golden brown. This process is key since this is where the flavor and aroma of the tobacco are concentrated. Once dry, the leaves are packed into large bales and loaded onto trucks that will take them to the factory, where the industrial transformation that will turn them into cigarettes will begin. Let's go see it. Step number 2. The curing and preparation of the leaves. When the thousands of tobacco leaves arrive at the factory, the real transformation begins. First, they undergo strict quality control, where operators check their color, texture, and aroma. Those that do not meet the standards are discarded. Then, the leaves are placed in hot water vapor chambers. This step is key because after drying in the sheds, the leaves are dry and brittle, and the steam softens and makes them flexible so they can be worked without breaking. Once steamed, the leaves enter a specialized machine that removes the central stem, that thick vein that runs through the leaf. This part is harder and more bitter, so removing it helps to achieve a smoother and more uniform tobacco. After this, a spraying system coats the leaves with a carefully designed mixture of aromas, humectants, and additives that intensify the flavor and help maintain moisture. Thanks to this process, each cigarette maintains that characteristic aroma and flavor. Finally, the leaves pass into fermentation rooms, where they remain for several days under controlled heat and humidity. During this time, their flavor and aroma are enhanced, eliminating unwanted impurities. Now that the tobacco is well fermented, it's time to shred it and create the perfect blend that will bring each cigarette to life. Let's go! Step number 3. Shredding and mixing. The operators transport all the leaves to large industrial shredders, where they are shredded until they have a texture similar to fine shavings. These machines are capable of processing hundreds of kilos of tobacco at the same time, working at an impressive speed. This cut is key, as it ensures that the tobacco is packed uniformly and that the cigarette burns evenly. Ingredients such as sugars, honey, licorice, or cocoa powder are added to this shredded mixture, which soften the flavor and give the smoke that more pleasant aroma. Additives and chemical compounds are also incorporated that help control the rate of combustion and keep the tobacco fresh for longer. In fact, it is estimated that each cigarette can contain more than 600 chemical substances, and they all end up entering your lungs with every puff. Finally, the mixture passes through sieves and rapid dryers, which remove any impurities or pieces that are too large. This step takes only a few minutes, but is essential to ensure a perfect texture. And with this, the tobacco is ready to be wrapped in each cigarette. Step number 4. Manufacturing the cylinder. With the tobacco ready, it's time to assemble the cigarettes. This is where the cigarette machine comes into action, an impressive fully automated piece of machinery capable of producing up to 20,000 cigarettes per minute. The shredded tobacco falls gently onto a band of special paper, which functions like a conveyor belt. As it advances, the paper begins to wrap the tobacco, forming a long, continuous, and perfectly compact cylinder. When this cylinder reaches the end of the line, a high-speed blade cuts it into exact segments of 8.4 centimeters, the standard length of a cigarette. The paper used is not just any paper. It is designed to control combustion, causing the cigarette to extinguish if it is not actively smoked, a measure intended to reduce the risk of fires. Each cylinder passes through automatic sensors that verify its weight and density to ensure that they are all identical, uniform, and ready for the next step, attaching the filter. Let's go. Step number 5, attaching the filter. With the tobacco cylinder already formed, it's time to add one of the key components of the cigarette, the filter. This small component plays a fundamental role. It is designed to act as a partial barrier, trapping some of the particles and tar present in the smoke. Without it, the effects of tobacco on your body would be much greater. The filter is made of a special material based on vegetable fibers, which are converted into thousands of tiny pores capable of trapping some of the substances in the smoke. These fibers are grouped together, molded into a tube shape, and then cut into small cylinders the exact size of a filter. Each filter is wrapped in that typical orange paper, a special paper with tiny microscopic holes that help dilute the smoke with air when inhaled. Next, the filters re-enter the cigarette machine, which aligns them and joins them to the tobacco cylinder using an ultra-thin adhesive band. This step is millimeter precise. If the filter is not perfectly attached, it could detach when smoking, so accuracy is key. Once assembled, the cigarettes pass through an automated quality control system, where high-resolution cameras and optical sensors inspect that each filter is properly placed, without deformations or visible defects. Only the cigarettes that pass this review continue their journey to the next stage, final packaging and sealing. Let's go see it. Step number 6, packaging and sealing. With the cigarettes now finished, it's time to prepare them for their journey to the market. The cigarettes advance on a conveyor belt and are automatically grouped into blocks of 20 units, the standard amount per pack. These groups enter a packaging machine, which carefully places them in preformed cardboard boxes, designed to protect them without crushing their contents. Once inside, each pack is wrapped in transparent cellophane, which is heat-sealed to ensure an airtight closure. This wrapping not only protects them from moisture and air, but also helps to maintain the aroma and freshness of the tobacco. Afterwards, the machines apply the mandatory tax stamp and the corresponding health warnings for each country, those images and messages that we have all seen on the packs. The finished packs are grouped into cartons of 10 units, and these cartons in turn are placed in large distribution boxes ready to leave the factory. A single plant can produce more than 50 million cigarettes a day, all packaged, sealed, and ready for distribution. From here, the cigarettes travel in refrigerated trucks, which help maintain the freshness of the tobacco until they reach warehouses, distributors, and finally, points of sale around the world. But before they reach the shelves, there is still one last crucial step inside the factory. Step number 7, final control and distribution. Before the cigarettes leave the plant, each batch undergoes rigorous quality controls and laboratory tests. Nothing is left to chance. Key parameters such as nicotine, tar, and carbon monoxide content are verified, in addition to the weight, length, density, and paper resistance. Every detail must be perfectly within the established standards. Even real combustion tests are carried out. Specialized machines light randomly selected cigarettes and automatically smoke them, analyzing the volume, speed, and chemical composition of the smoke they produce. All of this ensures that each cigarette performs exactly the same when lit by the consumer. Only if all measurements are correct does the batch receive final authorization for distribution. Each box is scanned and digitally registered, ensuring complete traceability from the factory to the point of sale. And now, yes, the cigarettes are ready to begin their journey. Trucks, ships, and planes transport them to stores and tobacconists around the world, maintaining a precise and constant logistics chain. From a simple green leaf in a tobacco field to a packaged cigarette ready for sale, the manufacturing process is an impressive chain of agriculture, engineering, chemistry, and quality control. A small product, but behind it, one of the most powerful and complex industries on the planet. And although millions of people consume them every day, we cannot forget the health risks and consequences associated with tobacco. To finish, tell us, are you a smoker? Were you surprised by the cigarette manufacturing process? Leave us your answer in the comments. And if you like this video, don't forget to like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel to discover more impressive manufacturing processes.